Korean Broadcasting System is the national broadcaster of South Korea. It was founded in 1927, and operates radio, television and online services, being one of the biggest South Korean television networks. History. Beginnings in radio. KBS began as Keongseong Broadcasting Corporation that was established by the Governor-General of Korea in Korea on February 16, 1927. This second radio station started using the call sign HLKA in 1947 after the Republic of Korea got the call sign HL of the International Telecommunication Union. After doing a national broadcast, the radio was renamed Seoul Central Broadcasting Station in 1948. 1950s Euro 1960s, move into television. Television broadcasts in South Korea began on May 12, 1956 with the first television station HLKZ-TV. It was sold to KBS in 1961. 1970s, expansion. KBS station status changed from government to public broadcasting station on March 3, 1973. Construction of KBS headquarters in Yeoudo started in 1976. In 1979, KBS Radio began broadcasting on the FM wave with the launch of KBS Stereo. 1980s, advertising starts after controversial merger. KBS began accepting advertising in 1980, differing from the norm of advert-free broadcasting by public broadcasters, after the forced merger of several private broadcasters into KBS by the military government of Chun Doo-hwan. 1990s, spin-off of EBS. In 1981, KBS launched KBS 3 TV and Educational FM in 1981, and on December 27, 1990, the channels split from KBS to form the Educational Broadcasting System. After a revision of the television licensing fee system in 1994, KBS One stopped broadcasting commercials. Structure. KBS is a public corporation funded by the South Korean government and license fees, but managed independently. As part of the Constitution, the President of KBS is chosen by the President of South Korea, after being recommended by its Board of Directors. Political parties in South Korea also have the right to name members of the KBS Board of Directors. Because of this system, which gives politicians effective control over choosing the President of KBS, as well as its Board of Directors, people who are critical of the system cite political intervention in KBS's governance as reason for revising the current system of recruiting. Around 37.8% of KBS revenue comes from a mandatory television license fee of 2,201, with another 47.6% coming from commercial advertisement sales. KBS international output such as Kbs World, as well as specialized services such as KBS Radio 3 for the disabled, receive public funding from the South Korean government. Channels. Terrestrial television. KBS One, KBS flagship channel, it broadcasts news and current affairs, education, sports and culture. It launched in 1961 as HLKA-TV and is solely funded by the license fee, airing commercial-free. It is available nationally on Channel 9, broadcasting via digital terrestrial television. KBS One also airs public information films and minor entertainment programming, but the majority of which is on KBS 2. KBS 2, KBS Entertainment and Drama Channel, it was launched in 1980 as a replacement for the Tongyang Broadcasting Corporation, which was controversially merged with KBS. It is available on Digital Channel 7 via digital terrestrial television. KBS Uhd, the ultra-high-definition channel, airs music videos and reruns of dramas. It is on National Terrestrial Digital Channel 66. KBS One and KBS Two phased out analog services on December 31, 2012 as part of the switch over to digital television. Cable and satellite television. KBS Prime, a culture and drama channel, launched in 1995 as KBS Satellite 2. It was renamed as KBS Korea in 2002, before becoming Prime. KBS Drama, formerly KBS Sky Drama, it was launched in 2002. KBS N Sports, formerly KBS Sports KBS Sky Sports, it was also launched in 2002. KBS Joy, a comedy and quiz show channel that was launched in 2006. KBS Kids, the children's channel, launched in 2012. KBS W, a channel aimed at a female audience, launched in 2013. These 6 channels are carried by cable and satellite operators in South Korea. There are 100+ cable operators in South Korea and Skylife is the sole satellite television service provider. These channels are managed and operated by KBSN, a subsidiary company of KBS. Radio KBS Radio 1, News, Current Affairs, Drama, Documentary and Culture. Launched in 1927 as Keongseong Broadcasting Corporation JODK and it became KBS Radio 1 in 1965. KBS Radio 2, Entertainment Radio for the Middle-Aged. Launched in 1948 as HLSA, KBS Radio 3, launched in 1980, and ceased broadcasting in 1981. It was later replaced by KBS Radio 2's regional radio service and educational FM. Later relaunched in 2000 as a spin-off from KBS Radio 2. For the first time in 2010, it was launched on FM and restructured as a radio station for the disabled. KBS 1 Fathom, Classical Music and Folk Music. Launched in 1979 as KBS Stereo, adopted current name in 1980. KBS 2 Fathoms, Popular Music. Launched in 1966 as RSB, renamed as TBC-FM in the 1970s, adopted current name in 1980 after TBC-FM forced merge to KBS. KBS Haeunmanjok Radio, literal meaning, KBS Korean Nationality Radio, launched in 1975 as KBS third program. KBS World Radio, the South Korean international radio service, funded directly by the government. Branding. Programs. Slogans. II currency I unregistered trademark E degree 6 IEE currency. E micron 1/4 IE degree 6 KBS. KBS IOA micron degree 6. KBS World. KBS World is the international television and radio service of KBS. It officially launched on July 1, 2003. It is broadcast on a 24-hour schedule with programs ranging from news, sports, television dramas, entertainment, and children's. KBS World Television is broadcast locally and around the world. As of July 2007, around 65% of its programs are broadcast with English subtitles. It is available in 32 countries, and reportedly more than 40 million households around the world can access KBS World. It has 2 overseas subsidiaries, KBS America and KBS Japan. KBS Japan is independently operated by a KBS subsidiary in Japan, and most programs are provided with Japanese subtitles. KBS World Television is a television channel that runs mostly programs commissioned for KBS 2 terrestrial networks, KBS 1 and KBS 2. KBS World Television is distributed over several international communication and broadcasting satellites such as IS-19, IS-20, IS-21, Meosat 3, Apstar 6 and 7, Eutelsat Hotbird 13A, Galaxy 11, 18 and 23, BADR 6, Viasat 1, Palapa D, SES 7, Telcom 1, Tharmacom 5, EchoStar 15, ANAC F3. Local cable and/or satellite operators receive the signal from one of these satellite and carry the signal to end subscribers of their own networks. KBS doesn't allow individual viewer to receive the signal from IS-19, IS-20, IS-21, Meosat 3, Asiasat 5, and Galaxy 18. The signal from BADR6 is free-to-air service while viewers using Eutelsat Hotbird 13A are required to pay monthly subscription fee. Foreign partners. Controversies. KBS, being one of Korea's oldest broadcasters, also had controversies like SBS and MBC, but has more controversies than the 2 broadcasters, which has given them nicknames such as Seongkya Bangsong and the Department of Last Resort. 1980, forced merger of KBS with private broadcasters. During the Chun Doo-hwan regime of the 80s, the president passed a law to force several public broadcasters to merge with the public-run KBS. After these broadcasters had shown news stories against Chun, he used this law to stifle their criticism of him. It included Tongyang Broadcasting Corporation (TBC), Donga Broadcasting System (DBS), Serui Broadcasting Corporation (SBC), Ina Broadcasting Corporation (VOC), Hornjuk FM. Mun Broadcasting Corporation was also affected. MBC was originally a federation of 20 loosely affiliated member stations located in various parts of Korea. Although they shared much of their programming, each member station was privately owned. After the consolidation, however, each affiliate was forced to give up majority of their shares to the MBC based in Seoul, and MBC Seoul, in turn, was forced to give up majority of its shares to KBS. Consequences: TBC Television became Kbs Uhd TV, and TBC Radio became Kbs Radio 4. DBS became the now defunct Kbs Radio 5. The frequency is now used by SBS Love FM. SBC became Kbs Gonsan, now known as Kbs Radio 3 Jeonju. VOC became Kbs Radio 3 Gwangju, Hornjuk FM became Kbs Daegu FM. In 2009, the President Lee Myung-bak said that the law was unconstitutional, and in 2011 TBC was revived as JTBC. 2002, KBS 2 Fathoms advertisement scandal KBS 2 Fathoms from 1980 until 2002 was prohibited to air commercial advertisements, but in 2002 commercial advertisements resumed airing on KBS 2 Fathoms. The result: KBS Local FM instead carried KBS 1 Fathom programs, even though KBS 2 Fathoms midnight programs like More Closer Radio, Fresh Morning and Good Morning Pops were aired. Due to that, the three programs were prohibited to air advertisements excluding those of tobacco. 2010, KBS 2 Blackout In January 16, 2010, a dispute broke out between KBS and the Korea Cable TV Association over retransmission fees. The KCTA sought to push down fees from major broadcasting channels like KBS for retransmitting their programs through cable. KBS had demanded $281 per subscriber, while the cable TV system operators wanted no more than $101. Negotiations reached a standstill, and so the SOs decided to make KBS 2 programs unavailable to viewers starting from 3 p.m. Korean Standard Time. The SOs stopped transmitting both standard definition and high-definition signals from the KBS 2 channel. This meant that unless TV viewers had alternative viewing methods such as the Internet or terrestrial TV, they saw a blackout message. Having lost a substantial amount of their viewers, KBS 2's programs experienced a major decline in their ratings. Following the blackout, the Korea Communications Commission has ordered the SOs to resume transmission or face a hefty fine. The SOs initially refused, but on January 17, they agreed to resume KBS 2 transmissions, ending the 28-hour blackout. 2011, wiretapping scandal at TV license fee meeting In 2011, Son Hak-kyup, the chairman of the opposition Democratic Party, accused KBS of wiretapping the party's closed-door meeting on TV subscription charges. Son said that we believe the firm bugs the meeting to secure information about our party's handling of the TV subscription policy. KBS should admit that it resorted to the deplorable method of gathering information. The ruling Grand National Party initially sought to put a bill concerning the TV subscription charge to a vote, but failed to do so amid strong opposition from the Democrats. The National Assembly's Subcommittee on Culture, Tourism, Broadcasting and Communication, was scheduled to deliberate on June 28, 2011, but the meeting was cancelled due to the Democrats' protest. The scandal erupted on June 23 when Han Sung-kyo, chairman of the parliamentary subcommittee, criticized the Democrats' opposition to increasing the TV subscription charge during a subcommittee meeting. The GNP lawmakers eventually approved a bill raising the charge by 1,001 to 3,501 at a subcommittee meeting in the absence of Democrat lawmakers. That led to a Democrat boycott of a June extraordinary parliamentary session for half a day on June 21, 2011. equals 2011, praising Chinapa equals, Pak Han Yong, head of the Institute for Research and Collaborationist Activities, criticized KBS for censoring negative remarks from a documentary about Chinapa individuals and Ri Sang-man who had pardoned them. This includes the Chinapa Paik San Yop. Equals 2012, KBS journalists strikes and reset KBS News 9 equals, the journalists working for KBS have protested against the biased journalism practices that favor the Lee Myung-bak government. The new union for KBS headed by Kim Yeon-sok released a video clip Reset KBS News 9 on the internet that discusses the Prime Minister's office civilian surveillance incident and the controversial money spending on renovating President Lee Myung-bak's alleged birth house on March 13, 2012. Equals 2013, Lee Soon-shin naming scandal equals, Global Youth League DN filed an injunction at Seoul Central District Court against broadcaster KBS for using the name Lee Soon-shin in the title of the drama. The injunction requested that the broadcast be halted immediately, that Lee Soon-shin is removed from the title and the character name changed. The group claimed that historical figure Lee Soon-shin, an admiral famed for his victories against the Japanese Navy in the Imjin War during the Joseon dynasty, is an official national symbol whose status will deteriorate when associated with the weak and clumsy protagonist that lead actress IU plays. KBS and production company A Story responded that they have no plans of changing the title or character name. Instead, they altered the original drama poster where several cast members are sitting on a pile of 101 coins that have an image of Admiral Yi, by digitally replacing the coins with a plain gold platform. Equals 2014, KBS strike against pro-government bias of its president equals, in early May 2014, Gil Hwan-young removed the KBS News chief after alleged improper remarks over the sinking of the Swell ferry. The chief then accused Gil of interference with news editing, with an alleged pro-government bias. After the board postponed a decision on whether or not to dismiss Gil, two of the broadcaster's largest unions went on strike. As a result of the boycott, most of the broadcaster's news output was affected. The hour-long KBS News 9 ran for just 20 minutes, and during local elections on June 4, 2014, KBS was unable to send reporters to interview candidates. The strike ended after the board of directors voted to dismiss Gil. The board passed a motion on June 5, 2014 demanding the discharge of President Gil. The majority vote decision was sent to be approved by the country's President Park Geun-hye, who has the power to appoint the broadcaster's head. See also, Educational Broadcasting System, List of Korea-related topics, KBS World Radio, KBS World, KBS World Canada, List of South Korean broadcasting networks, Korean Central Television. References. External links, kbs.co.kr. Official KBS website, KBS On Air, world.kbs.co.kr, official KBS World website, KBS World News Today, kbs-america.com, official KBS America website, KBS America's VOD service.